Hi everyone, Paul from 5 Star Driving again. Thanks for watching our videos. So in this video we're going to have a look at how we deal with a spiral roundabout. So a lot of learners seem to panic at the prospect of a spiral roundabout. Usually because they're quite big, they've got a lot of lanes on them as well. But what we do have on the spirals is we usually have traffic lights, which are going to take a lot of the decision making away from you. So they actually become a lot easier. So the golden rule with spiral roundabouts is once we are in a lane, we stay in a lane. Even if we're in the incorrect lane, the safest thing to do is to follow that lane out. So the idea of a spiral and why it's called a spiral is because you'll maybe start in the middle lane, and as you go around the roundabout, it will spiral you out and push you out, so you'll end up in the outside lane without actually changing lanes. And that's why they're called spirals, because they're like a spiral of a snail. You know, snail shell. Start off in one lane, end up in the other one without crossing. So, with that said, we'll go have a look at this one. This one's the Wilton Westgate roundabout, spiral roundabout. Like I say, it is a big roundabout, but it's not particularly tricky. The main thing is staying in your lanes, and you've got to be observant, you've got to look at the road markings, you've got to look at everything around you, make sure you're in the correct lane. Once again, once you're in that lane, stay in that lane. So we are approaching the spiral roundabout. On the approach to this, we have a roundabout in front of us. So our instructions are going to be at the roundabout, turn right second exit, and then right third exit towards Thirsk. So I know it's a right second or a right turn, so I'm going to get myself in that right hand lane, making sure it's safe. And we already looked at twin roundabouts in one of our other videos, so it's right and then right, so I know I'm going to have to come off in the right hand lane to set myself up for the next right turn. So as we approach it, slow ourselves down, get ourselves in a second gear. It's all looking nice and clear. So there's our first exit. There's our second exit, mirror signal, but we're going to come off in the right hand lane, so we know we're going right. So we can forget about everything to our left now, because we know we're not going to be going left. So right third exit. So you can see in the sign there, third exit towards Thirsk, or Teesside Power Plant. That looks like a really old sign. Teesside Power Plant isn't there anymore. So we've got our first set of traffic lights. So again, we can forget about that lane to red car. So as we approach this roundabout, we're going to go nice and slow. We've got 2 lanes to choose from. So we know there's 4 exits on this one, so it makes sense this one's third. Have a look at the road sign. More traffic lights. Brilliant. A174. So that's also Thirsk. You could actually be in either lane for this to go third exit towards A174. We always say left is best, because that's where it's going to put you on the main road when we come off the roundabout. So what we need to do is we need to stay in our lane. So we can see there our white line in the middle, that forces us over at the curb. So once we get through these lights, we're going to follow that and we're going to aim for that curb. We're going to get ourselves right onto that curb. See our white line down here? So we're going to follow this. This is our second exit if you're keeping counting, and it'll take you into Wilton. Look on the floor, A174, we've got the south, and this is our third exit, and it kind of forces you off, so you don't really need to think about much on that one. Okay, so you've got the A174 towards Thirsk. So did you notice there? Go back and watch this over as many times as you need to. But that lane kind of forces out onto this road, so you've got to be careful not to go the second exit into Wilton itself. If you do go in there, you won't fail your test because you'll be doing it safely. All you do is you'll spin round, you'll come out and do left first exit, because it's a restricted area, that one. And that's all there is to a spiral. See how much easier it is when you just take your time, look at that white line, and it forces you over to that curb. So just get to that curb and stay there. Follow your lane. Don't be tempted to come across to the right, because obviously some lines come across them lanes from the cars on the left hand side. So while we're here, we'll have a look at the Greystones roundabout. What you can see on that sign there, left lane is for left turn only. We're going to be going right third exit into Eston. So let's get ourselves across to the right hand lane. So it's right third exit into Eston. Now this is what we call the Chrissy Cross roundabout. This is where we need to cross a lane. You can see what I mean. Again, we've got to look at the signs. Third exit Eston there. 2 lanes. One a red car, one to Eston. Brilliant. The next sign, we've got Saltburn, Thirsk and Eston, so we want this right hand lane. Mirror signal required on this one. Slow ourselves down and start looking already. So that's looking good. That silver car's going to go straight from where I've came from. So we arrived in lane 3, so we approach in lane 3. So we get on the roundabout in lane 3. See on the floor there, Eston, brilliant, we're in the right lane. Keep coming round. Stop at the lights. So, can we see where the lines on the middle of the road change from a big white line and then they go to the right, a little dashed white line? So what we're going to do is we're going to go through them, but carry on going round. That's going to put us in the outside lane for Eston. So the little dashes means we are allowed to go through that lane. So all these cars on my left of me, that Goldie car, they're all going to go up that hill towards Sunderland Thirsk. So there's only going to be us on this road in this lane. So we don't have to worry about cutting them off. This is another one where this lane, if we wanted to, we could go up to Sunderland Thirsk, but we'll be in the outside lane then when we get onto A174. So, still indicating right, we're going to go through this lane, because there's no one around us, and we're going to pick this one. Look at that on the floor, Eston. Can't miss it. Swap that signal over with the mirrors, because we're going to take our next exit off, which is Eston. So if you're on your test, say, and you happen to be on this roundabout, if you didn't move across and you ended up next to me on the right where that white car is, what's the safest thing to do? It's not to try and dart across us. There could be, you can see there's a queue of traffic forming behind me now, so we're going to struggle to get through there, so we'd have to go around the roundabout again, and you can see just over there, A174 red car Saltburn, so just stay in that lane, come round, and then make sure we cross over again at that point. So we may as well finish this off. See the sign there, Eston, brilliant. Got our left indicator on, done our mirror check, and away we go into Eston. And that's how we do that roundabout into Eston. So thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, drop a comment. If you're looking for driving lessons, please do get in touch with us at 5 Star Driving. We are the biggest in Teesside, and we'll accommodate some lessons for you. Thanks now.